And it's Midnight.Time for a homicide. Welcome back, everybody, to Joe Shirt's Off the Cuff. It is the Midnight.Time for a homicide show. Beatches! We're going to start out with something I don't normally like to do, but I'm going to start out with celebrity birthdays today. Let's start out with some big celebrity birthdays, actually. Madonna is 55 years old. Steve Carell is 51. Angela Bassett, also 55 years old. Ivana Lynch is 22. You're thinking, well, who the fuck is Ivana Lynch? Well, she played that sickly little blonde girl in the Harry Potter movies, Luna. That's her. James Cameron is 59. Kathy Lee Gifford is 60. Frank Gifford is 83. Julie Newmar is 80. Timothy Hutton is 53 years old. Rumor Willis, 25 years old. What an unfortunate face. And Reginald Vell Johnson is 61. You're thinking, well, who the fuck is Reginald Vell Johnson? Well, he was the big fat black cop from all those Die Hard movies. And he also played Carl from, was it Family Matters or some shitty show like that? Anyway, that's who he was. Now, why am I diving into celebrity birthdays? Because I want to talk about celebrity death. The one and only Lisa Robin Kelly died Wednesday night of cardiac arrest at a rehab center here in California. She was 43 years old. Now, a lot of you guys might remember Lisa Robin Kelly from her show, That 70s Show, with Topher Grace and Danny Masterson, Laura Prepon, and Ashton Kutcher, and Mila Kunis, and everybody else on that show that went on to bigger and better things. And she became a drug addict, alcoholic that was arrested like 4 times in the last 2.5 years for DUIs and spousal abuse. So that's right. She was kicking her husband's ass. Way to go, Lori. It seems like celebrities are just dying younger and younger every day. We had Whitney Houston die. We had James Gandolfini die. He was only, 51 years old? Died of a massive heart attack, but he was a big fat fuck. Let's be honest there, okay? And then we have Lisa Robin Kelly, who had been struggling with alcohol and drug addiction for quite some time. Now, mind you, they say it was only alcohol that she was addicted to, and that was not a normal thing for her, but rather something that she spiraled into after she had a miscarriage. She lost the baby, became depressed, started drinking, and if you've seen her mugshots, you know that it did not bode well for her to be drinking quite that much. Now, I drink aplenty. I'll be the first one to admit that. But, I do other things. I go out. I exercise. I eat. I mean, it takes a lot for a person to die from alcoholism at the age of 43. It's not easy to do. I mean, you really got to be dedicated to your fucking drinking to die at 43 from alcoholism, all right? I mean, you are in there 24/7. You are in the trenches. You don't know the last time you didn't have a bottle in your hand, all right? So I feel bad for her because I know a lot of people that have had their battles with alcoholism and drug abuse, and not that I'm telling people to stop drinking and using drugs. Lord knows, no, don't do that. But what I'm saying is that, obviously there's some people in some circumstances that cannot handle what happens. So far, I've been lucky enough to be one of those people that can handle the things that happen. When it looks like things are going a little too far, I back the fuck off. Unfortunately for Lisa Robin Kelly, she was not able to do so, and she's gone. Much love to her because I loved her on that show when they did the Charlie's Angels episode on that 70s show. She played the role of Farrah Fawcett on that show. And my girlfriend pointed out to me just today. She's like, "Hey, look at this picture. Her in this red bathing suit looks just like Farrah Fawcett." I'm like, "Yeah, it's on purpose." Anyway, Lisa Robin Kelly dead at 43 years old. Sorry to hear it. Okay, other celebrities in the news now. Maxim magazine likes to come up with a lot of interesting little tidbits and factoids when it comes to celebrities, and they want to find out who's crazier, Charlie Sheen or Mel Gibson? I know I've been thinking about that all day long. And they've come up with a list here of who they think is the reasons for, having one or the other as being the crazier of the two. Okay, now on the self-description scale, Mel Gibson describes himself as one tough motherfucker. Okay, that's not bad. Charlie Sheen describes himself as bitching rock star from Mars. Yeah, I'm going to give that one to Charlie Sheen. Yeah, he's got that one. On sexual proclivities, Charlie Sheen has sex with hookers and porn stars, lots of them. I'm not seeing a problem there, honestly. That sounds all right to me. Mel Gibson demands blowjobs after threatening to burn down the house. Yeah, that's a little weird. Yeah. I think the average woman would rather be a porn star having sex with Charlie Sheen than being married to Mel Gibson, who's demanding a blowjob after threatening to burn down the house. Yeah. Past drug use. Charlie Sheen says, quote, "I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen. If you try it, you will die." End quote. Also, cocaine, crack, and alcohol. Mel Gibson, past drug abuse. Alcohol, and according to one woman who says she used to bang him, human growth hormone. HGH. One of those things that a lot of big-time baseball players are getting in trouble for these days. On the subject of crazy conspiracy theories. Mel Gibson. According to screenwriter Joe Esterhaz, Gibson allegedly remarked that the Holocaust was, quote, mostly a lot of horse shit, end quote. Now that takes some crazy shit to come up with. Charlie Sheen in 2006, Sheen stated that 9/11 was a conspiracy and that the collapse of the towers looked like, quote, controlled demolition, end quote. That's pretty crazy, but I'm still going to say that saying that the Holocaust was mostly a lot of horse shit is a crazy-er. Most bigoted statement. Charlie Sheen said, during an interview, Sheen referred to Two and a Half Men creator Chuck Lorre as Jaime Levine, which CBS and Warner Brothers deemed as anti-Semitic. Jaime? How is Jaime anti-Semitic? It's very Semitic. Mel Gibson, among other lovey-dovey proclamations, in 2006, Gibson told cops arresting him for DUI, quote, Jews are responsible for all the wars in the world. So they're both anti-Semitic. Okay, all right, I can see that. And comment most deserving of becoming an ironic T-shirt. Charlie Sheen, quote, the only thing I'm addicted to is winning, from a 2011 radio interview. Mel Gibson said, quote, I deserve to be blown first before the fucking jacuzzi. Message left for ex-girlfriend Oksana Grigorieva. You know what? I actually give that one to Charlie Sheen. They give it to Mel Gibson in the magazine, but I think that Charlie Sheen deserves the crazier, the better T-shirt, because just winning. Fuck this whole. The only thing I'm addicted to is winning. No, winning. Actually, I do Spanish language because he is Latino. Actually, his actual name is Carlos Estevez. Just T-shirt ganando. I'm going to make that T-shirt ganando, with Charlie Sheen's picture on it. Excuse me, Carlos Estevez's picture on it. Oh my God, I need a drink. Water, though. Today's music, by the way, brought to you by Zamza. That was her song, Snakes and Mouse. Let's see, what happened to me the other week? Well, I went to the DMV. Always a good time at the DMV. Can't get enough of the DMV. As a matter of fact, I come up with excuses just so I can go to the DMV, because that is where you see the creme de la creme of humanity is over at the DMV. I needed to go in because after, 12, 15 years of just sending in my license renewal, they decided they actually wanted to see me, give me an eye test, and take my thumbprint. So I made an appointment because that is what you should do to make sure that you're in and out of there in a timely fashion. Right. And I've got a bridge in Brooklyn I want to fucking sell you. No, I made my appointment for 10:20 a.m. on a Tuesday. And I got there at 10:10, I think. 10:10 in the morning. And I got there and I parked my car and I went in and I checked in. I said, hey, yeah, I got a 10:20 appointment. And then sometime around 10:30, they finally got to me. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, when you consider, I was out of there in a half hour. That's not bad. I got there at 10:10. I was out of there by 10:40. You can't complain too much about that. But, it is an interesting experience dealing with the people at the DMV because I'm actually a very friendly human being. I mean, I know I am a dickhead and an asshole a lot of the time, but generally speaking, I'm a very friendly human being. So when I'm dealing with the folks over at the DMV, I'm actually very friendly with them. I ask them how they're doing. I make jokes with them. I chit chat. I get them to smile and laugh. And I think overall that makes for a good experience. These people are already dealing with like hundreds, if not thousands, of people a day that are at the one place in the world they do not want to be at. Nobody likes going to the DMV. The only people that think they like going to the DMV are the people that are getting their license for the first time, like 16-year-olds. They like being at the DMV. That's it, all right? But beyond that, nobody likes going there. Nobody likes being there because if you're there, that means you're there because you need to pay money. And nobody wants to do that. If you're there, it means because you are there because you got a ticket and you have to pay money for that ticket. You have to make reparations for that ticket. You got to take a test. You got to... No, nobody wants to be there. And Lord knows I didn't want to be there. But, I was there and I was friendly enough and I was good to them. And, we're going through the typical questions, She's like, how old are you? I'm like, I'm 42. What year were you born? 1970. How tall are you? I'm 5'8". What color's your hair? I go, what hair? I'm bald. Come on now. But she's like, well, according to your license, your hair is brown. And she looks up to me and she's like, well, your hair is gray. Yes, the shit around my temples, it's gray. Everything else is gone. You want to put that down? And she's like, I have to put it down, sir. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm gray. My hair is gray. Fine, go with that. Okay, now according to this, you weigh 165 pounds. And she looks at me with this cockeyed kind of look, going, sir, I'm like 180. All right, fine, whatever. And then she gives me the eye test, and it's like I can see everything perfectly because I got my like super HD vision glasses. I can see everything, And that wasn't a problem. And like I said, overall, it was a decently, not a pleasant experience, but it wasn't an unpleasant experience either. It was fine. DMV. In any case, we're going to take a break right now. I keep saying we, like have this gigantic staff of people here, when it's really just me, the dog, and my girlfriend watching Orange is the New Black on her computer. There's nothing going on. There's no we here, okay? It's not like I got some stupid little college-age bitch, getting me coffee. No, it's just me, the dog, and my girlfriend watching Orange is the New Black, which apparently has a lot of lesbo sex in it. I haven't watched the show yet because I don't care for shows that have female protagonists because I'm a sexist that way. But I did see one scene where there was this chick in the shower going down on another chick and grabbing some titty, and I was like, okay, that looks like fun. Yeah, I might be able to watch that. In any case, I'm going to take a break right here. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back.
There's no more love, there's no more tears, no feelings like before. And now my heart is made of stone, and you'll never turn me on into broken your soul is torn in two. You are lost, you are mad, feeling sad. You crazy broken dreams are never coming back. Now you see how it feels when you're down on your knees and your soul is torn in two. Now you know how it feels when you're down on your knees and your heart is bleeding now so strong. Don't believe it anymore. You can never turn me on. There's no
And Joe the Shirt is back. Sorry about the hard cutoff right there. But I was in the middle of something. I got distracted and I failed you, audience. I failed you yet again. I was just talking about being over at the DMV. Always a good time. Always. I got more on the DMV. Before I get into that, on the last show, which sucked, and I acknowledge that it sucked. Okay, I'm letting you know it sucked. All right, baby, did my last show suck?
Yes.
Yes, it did suck. I know it sucked. This is already a way better show. But we got the prototype for a Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff T-shirt. It looks good. Apparently, both my girlfriend and the other Jew that I showed it to pointed out the same problem. I'm missing the apostrophe on the shirts. Joe the Shirt apostrophe S. I'm missing the apostrophe, and both Jews pointed that out to me. The other Jew being our friend Bob, who is what is Bob's title exactly? Marianochka, what's Bob's title?
Bob's title?
Yes.
Director of Management Advisory Services.
Bob is Director of Management Advisory Services. That is Bob, who criticized the fact that I was missing the apostrophe at the S on my T-shirt. But Bob is a really, really sharp guy. He's a really smart guy. And he's actually volunteered his time to me to help me to monetize my show. If you're wondering what monetize means, I had to look this up, by the way. It means making money, finding a way to make money doing what you do. So I'm doing this. So Bob was nice enough to offer his very expensive services. He volunteered it. He donated his services to me. I took a meeting the other day. I think it was Wednesday. I took a meeting on Wednesday with Bob, and he gave me some advice on how to possibly make money doing what it is I'm doing right now. And those are there'll be some changes on Joe the Shirt's Off the Cuff coming up in the next couple of months, the next year, and I'm hoping it'll work out because I don't want a real job. I don't want a real job. I want to do this. I want to do this if I can. I mean, I'll get a real job if I have to, and I will. But overall, I'd rather do this. So, but Bob is helping me out. Also, speaking of Bob, Bob is part of a charity benefit organization for Crohn's disease and colitis. Babe, do you remember what it's called? Marianochka.
What?
Bob's charity, what is it called?
It's the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation.
Okay, the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. That's our friend Bob. He is part of that, and he is donating money and time to the cause. He's got a personal vested interest in it. I'm not going to talk about what it is exactly because that's none of your goddamn fucking business. All right? You can go look it up. But Bob is Bob does a lot of charity work actually, and this year we were part of a charity poker game where Bob asked me, being a poker player and experienced with poker and a lot of knowledge about it, to be a dealer at his charity game, which I was happy to do. And in exchange for that, Bob bought my girlfriend's buy-in into the charity game. She lost, but she came in fourth, though, and she was the only woman at the final table. So that says a lot, in my opinion. And he also gave me about 14 different cigars, including Monte Cristos, baby. That's some damn good cigar smoking right there, okay? And, and then coming this September 15th, over at the Ha in Burbank.
North Hollywood.
North Hollywood? Really? You don't want to call that South Burbank? Really? Yeah, over in North Hollywood at the Ha Cafe or...
Ha Cafe.
At the Ha Cafe. On September 15th at 7 o'clock. Sharp. They'll be hosting a Crohn's and Colitis charity comedy show with a lot of very, very, very funny people, but most importantly, friends of mine who will be performing there. One of them is Vicky Wagner. You may know her from Brash Babble and Lesbian Knows Best. And you know what? Just go online, look that up. You will find her. Funny lady. She is crazy. She's a loudmouth lesbian, is what she is. Okay, that's the way I can describe. She's a big loudmouth lesbian, and she rides a Harley she rides a motorcycle, but it doesn't have like a mullet. So I mean, she's a dyke, but she doesn't have the dyke haircut.
Nice hair.
But she has very nice hair, actually. She's a sweet lady. She lives in my building. She's one of the few neighbors that me and the Russian actually like. Okay, we actually talk to her and acknowledge her as a human being. Her and her girlfriend Kim. So come and check that out. Just catch Vicky. You can also, like I said, catch her online. Brash Babble, Lesbian Knows Best, and a bunch of other shit on YouTube. And then there's our friend from the north, Dave Nystrom. Dave Nystrom is a Canadian pal of ours. He's funny motherfucker. He is a Canadian Comedy Award winner. You may have seen him on Comedy Central. He's done a lot of writing for TV and movies, and now he's married and has 3 kids. Okay, which means that he is a bitter, angry drunk mostly. No. No, Dave is one of the sweetest guys you're ever going to meet. Really, really funny, and. Please come and catch him as well. And there are rumors of a big celebrity comic also performing that night. Some names have been thrown out. I cannot confirm any of the names. Okay? But Damon Wayans has a name that's been thrown out. Kevin Hart is a name that's been thrown out. Now, I'm not saying that they're going to be there, but those are a couple of the possibilities. All right? So, really, come on by. Show starts at 7 o'clock sharp. It's $20. And not only do you get to see a great, comedy show, but there also will be raffles for dinner for twos.
Post the flyer.
What's that?
You're going to post the flyer?
Yes, baby, I am going to post the flyer. That's right. I'm going to post the flyer later on. That's what I have the Russian for. Remember to post the flyer.
Uh-huh. So you can talk about other stuff now.
Exactly. But no, so I will be posting the flyer with all the information. I'll be posting videos of Dave and Vicky. And I will keep mentioning this right up until September 6th. Because on September 7th, I'm going to Cancun with my lady, and we're going to be in an alcoholic haze and be half naked most of the time. So, I'm not going to have time for you people, all right? So if you don't like it, you can suck it. I know, that didn't come off nice, did it? It didn't. I know it didn't. Anyway, so I was at the DMV, and there was a sign on the wall for safely depositing babies. Okay, California, along with a lot of other states, has a law, has a rule, has a regulation, I don't know what you want to call it, but a guideline, I don't know, where if you happen to have a baby that's 3 days old or less, you can drop it off at a local hospital, police station, fire station, or any other approved spots for baby deposits. No questions asked, no ID required. You can just come by with a 3-day-old baby and just go, I was over at the 7-Eleven and I found this here baby, see, so here you go. Yeah, bye-bye. Okay. And they will take the baby, no questions asked, no information required, and they'll take the baby. No. What this is for is so that a lot of times very young mothers, like, women in their teens, or mothers that don't want to be mothers, like, say, crack addicts, or hookers, or women cheating on their husbands, who knows. Anyway, they will have a baby that they don't want, didn't have the good sense to have an abortion 9 months ago, 6 months ago, decided that, I'm just going to keep this baby until it's born and then figure out then what's going to happen. Didn't arrange for an adoption or nothing like that, but figured, okay, I'm just going to have this baby and then do what? So this way you don't end up with a lot of dumpster babies, which a lot of, teenagers have been known to do, just have a baby while taking a shit on the toilet, and it's like, I thought I had a really big shit to take. Nope, turns out it was a baby. I don't know exactly how that happens, but I've heard a lot of stories of people that have had babies and had no idea that they were pregnant. And I'm like, really? The lack of a period for 9 months wasn't a tip-off? You're 22 years old. You didn't think it was a little weird that you weren't having your period? You were gaining weight yet going to the gym every day? No? Okay. So the whole point of this program is so that you do not abandon your baby in a dumpster, or try to flush it down the toilet, or leave it by the road, or toss it over a bridge. These are not suggestions, people. I'm just saying this is what people have been known to do, and they're trying to prevent that. But but there it is, right there, right now. I'm letting you know. Odds are, wherever you are, if you are pregnant, about to have a baby, or just had a baby and don't want the baby, don't throw the baby in the trash can. Don't throw it in the dumpster. Don't throw it in the garbage truck passing by. No. Just go to your local hospital, police department, fire department, drug counseling center, whatever, any place that's approved for this, and just leave the baby there. And we're going to be talking more about that, because believe it or not, there's more to talk about. In any case, I'm going to take a break right here. I'm Joe the Shirt. I'm off the cuff, and I'll be right back. And here's more Zamza and her song, Teddy Bear.
Need more than money, every measure. Someone who's run their life is love. Someone who watches stars above. A person stops to smell the flowers. A person walks in April showers. Or I have so much love to share that I will breathe you. And you don't know the look of time so much for you. Wanna be a teddy bear, handle me when it's okay. So much love to share that I will breathe you. Wanna be a teddy bear, handle me when it's okay. And you don't know the I was once a favorite toy, belonging sweet little boy.
Why not be yo teddy bear? Welcome back to Joe Shirts Off the Cuff. Alright, good stuff. Zamza. Hell, one of her songs might be my theme song these days. Who knows? Okay, so I was talking about being at the DMV and seeing the sign for dropping off your baby. I said no questions asked, no ID, no reasoning, no names. You just come in with a baby that's 3 days old or less. Exactly how they figure that out when you bring the baby in is really beyond me. I don't know if the average person can tell the difference between a 3-day-old baby and a 4-day-old baby. You know, and I don't know if they like cut its arm off and check the rings or anything, but you know. But yes, you can do that. Now, and it's a good. I'm willing to bet you could bring in a baby that's like a week old, and you'd be okay. 2 weeks old, they're going to be like, that baby looks a little big. Looks like it's been eating. I don't know. No. But, you know, up to a week, I think you can probably get away with, you know, depositing a baby. Now, what I found really interesting about this policy is that if you come back within 14 days of dropping off a baby, you can reclaim it. So, you come in one day with a baby and say, yeah, I found this here baby. Yeah, I was at the local Walmart and it was in my basket. It's not mine. I just want to deposit this baby. So you just drop off the baby. They take the baby. Okay, no questions asked. No names. Nothing. All right. But then up to 14 days later, you can come back and say, yeah, y'all know that baby I like left here like 2 weeks ago. Can I have that back? Exactly how do you do this? Did they give him a ticket? Little claim ticket. It's like, okay, one baby, approximately 3 days old. Okay, here's your ticket. You know, like you're at the pawn shop or some shit. You know, yeah. Here's the baby. Here's my ticket. Okay, and then 14 days later, up to 14 days later, you can come back and say, yeah, I want that baby back. Now, it doesn't state. Now, the policy does not state whether or not when you come back for the baby that there's no questions asked. I'm pretty sure there's going to be questions asked. Like, for instance, you know, which baby was it? I mean, because remember, you drop off the baby, no questions asked, no names, no ages, no social security numbers, no addresses. So you drop off a baby, and you come back 2 weeks later and say you want the baby back. What baby are we talking about exactly? Now, this is where my mind went now. You know, because I'm thinking to myself, well, who would do this? Who drops off a baby and then comes back and says, I want it back? You know, I can't believe that happens too often. And then I started to think about me and my girlfriend. We're going on vacation in about 3 weeks. Going to be in Cancun, living it up, you know. And I'm thinking to myself, well, what if she was pregnant and she was about, I don't know, decently pregnant, but not super pregnant, you know. But then all of a sudden she had the baby early, had a preemie, you know, a good 2 months ahead of schedule. Like, instead of at 9 months after we come back from vacation, she had the baby, like, you know, right before we went on vacation, like 2 weeks before we went on, like just before we were about to go on vacation, she has a baby, 6-8 weeks early. Now that would be some pretty cheap childcare. You know, she has a baby, and now we're like, damn it, we're supposed to go on vacation. We're going to Cancun, baby. You know, we're going to be drinking and partying, and it's hard to do that with a baby. And, you know, these tickets are non-refundable. So, let's say we take the baby, take it over to Cedar Sinai, and just go, we just found this baby. Get our claim ticket. Go on vacation. Come back. And then get our baby. Now, I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. But I am saying that if it occurred to me, it's probably occurred to somebody else to drop a baby off so they can go on vacation. I'm willing to bet it's happened. Now, let's look at... It's so wrong. By the way, if you happen to be noticing a particular background noise, that is the air conditioning in our home. Why? Because it's fucking hot in this motherfucker, okay? It's fucking hot. And me and the Russian, we're still awake, we're still active, and it is hot. She's watching Orange is the New Black, and it's hot as fuck in here. So we're not going to turn off the air conditioning because you guys want to listen to me clearly. No. Anyway, moving away from babies, let's move to parents. I'm going to ask my girlfriend something. Going to ask her something here real quick. Baby, when your mother was still alive,
Yes.
How often did you visit her?
Almost every day.
Almost every day. Now, is there any world where you and your mother would not be living in the same city?
No.
No. Okay. So there's no chance that she'd be living on the other coast.
Oh, hell no.
Hell no. Okay, so you visit her every day. All right. Now, you know me and my mother. I visit her every half a decade or so. Yeah, I love my mother. You know that.
She has 5 daughters.
She has 5 daughters, and they're way more maternal than I'll ever be. They take good care of
My
her.
mom had me.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now. In China, not only is it encouraged that you visit your parents, it's the law. You can go back, please. Apparently, in China, if you happen to have elderly parents, not only is it encouraged that you visit your parents and spend time with them, it is the law that you go visit them, to the point where there are criminal charges brought up against you if your parents, file with the local constables, sheriff's department, police departments, whatever, government agencies. They can go, yeah, my son hasn't visited me in like 2 years. You will go to jail. That seems a little extreme to me. Oh no, let me see if I can bring that. You know, I have so many news articles here. It's ridiculous. You know, just because you don't hear me every day doesn't mean that I'm not thinking about you every day. The truth of the matter is, I do think about you every day. I do put together material for you guys each and every single day. I just don't bother, talk to you because I'm a bad person. Let's do a couple of quick stories here. According to Ricardo Lopez and the LA Times, the FDA may be limiting arsenic in your apple juice. I didn't know this was up for debate. Generally speaking, I thought that, no arsenic in my apple juice was a good thing. But apparently there is a certain amount of arsenic that is allowed in your apple juice. According to this, the new proposed limit is to set arsenic levels in apple juice to 10 parts per billion, the same as set by the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency for drinking water. Apparently there is a level of arsenic that is acceptable in your drinking water. Okay, that's fine. After the whole Trayvon Martin thing, Stevie Wonder has said that he will no longer perform within the state of Florida. And I'm like, Just don't tell him. It's Stevie Wonder. Do you actually think he can tell that it's Florida by the smell? Well, maybe. Okay. This is an old story. Apparently, Glee star Corey Monteith died of a mixed drug toxicity involving heroin and alcohol. Across the country, nobody cares. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. This is, again, also on the old side. Sorry I'm bringing it to you this late. A judge plans to decide whether the owners of the World Trade Center can try to make airlines and other aviation defendants pay billions of dollars in damages for the September 11th attacks. So the people that actually own the buildings are suing the airlines for the destruction of their property. Yeah, and I thought I was tacky. Here's another story for you. Doctors are looking into the mystery of a Florida man who awoke with no memory of his past and speaking only Swedish. Michael Boatwright woke up with amnesia, calling himself Johan Eck, authorities said. He reportedly doesn't remember his 2 ex-wives or his son, also known as the biggest bullshit hoax to avoid alimony in my entire life. Let's see. Let's see. Also, an old story here. The largest gathering of mariachis occurred last month in Pasadena. 566 musicians at the Rose Bowl got together and performed. It breaks the record set 3 years ago when 555 mariachis appeared in conference in Tucson, making it the largest number of mariachis ever to be playing together at the same time. They were playing the ranchera classic Cielito Lindo. There you go. Again, I'm just burning through some quick stories here. In the wake of the Asiana Flight 214, remember Flight 214 in San Francisco, where the plane sort of crash landed and people were run over and whatever. Anyway, in any case, apparently Asiana is suing KTVU TV for racial insensitivity and libel and all that other good shit. It was announced the week after the crash, and it wasn't over any injured passengers or wrecked equipment. It was over Asiana Airlines' reputation, which the company says was damaged when a Bay Area television station aired bogus names of the pilots with racist undertones. The airline announced Monday that it had retained lawyers and planned to sue KTVU TV, which Friday wrongly identified the pilots as, quote, Captain Something Wong and, quote, we too low, end quote. And that is the end of today's Joe the Shirts Off the Cuff. Thank you for listening. And here's more Zamza with Use Your Chance. I'm Joe the Cuff. I'm Shirt. I'm Off the Cuff. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.